homesteading to prepping to common horse sense, we are College Hill Farm. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, here we are. It's time to put the peppers in the ground. Now, 9 or 10 days ago, and I'm not sure which, I bought some tomatoes and some peppers. And you saw us plant the tomatoes. The tomatoes were good size and they were ready to go in the garden. But the only peppers I could come up with were too small to put in the garden at the time. They were only about 1.5 inches tall, and they were just too little for the garden. Now, if you come across that, don't be afraid to buy them. Go ahead and buy them and just put them in a partially shaded, partially sunny spot that gets 8 hours of sunlight a day, and they will do fine. Just keep them watered a couple times a day and they'll do fine. Let's have a look at these. Now, they were only about 2 inches tall when I bought them. Now they're a good 6 to 8 inches tall, and I had some broccoli, and you'll see right there's the broccoli. It was chewed off by the groundhogs, but it's even coming back. So I'm going to put these peppers in the ground, and then I'm going to also take that broccoli and put it in the ground. Maybe it'll make a few side heads. The groundhogs ate it so bad, I doubt it'll make a central head. So, but side heads eat good too. So let's get these watered and then get out in the field. Now, I soak these really good to the point that they're almost soggy. And what that does is it creates things so that I don't have to water the day I plant them. They're soggy wet when I put them in the ground. So let's get out in the garden. The garden's a little wet. I don't know if I'll be able to use my pipe planter. Might have to kick plant them. But however it is, we'll put them in the ground. Now, peppers are not like tomatoes. Planting them deeper doesn't help a thing. Let me show you why. Remember when I showed you our tomatoes? They had hairs all along this stem. And they put on roots everywhere there's a hair. Peppers don't do that. Peppers do not benefit from planting any deeper. Now, some people say you can plant them a little deeper to help the stems be stiffer. But the truth of the matter is that what will happen is when you plant these, if you plant them too deep, if you plant them deeper, it gives a place for rot to start in. Dampen off, we call it. It's a mildew. So I don't like to plant peppers any deeper than what they're planted in the pots. They will send out roots that they need to send out. So, all right, what are we planting? We're planting gold bell peppers. We're planting big Berthas. And we're going to plant sweet banana peppers. Now, I'm not a fan of hot peppers per se. I do like the occasional jalapeno. I like to have some habanero peppers in vinegar. I keep some frozen in the freezer, but they keep for 4 or 5 years, 6 in the freezer. Habanero peppers, and once you get 3 or 4 plants, they'll give you so many you don't have to plant no more for 5 or 6 years. So that's the thing about that. Cayenne peppers are the same way. We dry them and grind them to make pepper flakes. Again, You only have to do that every 5 or 6 years. So I'm not planting any cayennes, I'm not planting any jalapenos, I'm not planting any kind of hot pepper whatsoever this year. But we go through the pepper stir fry, which is we mix some onions in with peppers, and oh, it is very, very good. And it's so convenient to go ahead and have it in the freezer. That way when you're ready to do a pepper dish or a stir fry or whatever, it's already chopped up and ready to go. So let's get these peppers in the ground. Let's look where we're going to plant them. Now right here is my garden. Over here I've still got to get tomato cages out of all that over there. That's a nightmare. They've been in there for 2 years. There's blackberries and everything grown up in it. So there's that. And then over on that side, I'm in the same boat. I've been pulling tomato cages for 3 days, 2 days. Now, right here is a row. And then over to there, I've got about 6 feet from here to there. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and plant my peppers in that row. And then I'll skip over that row and then plant in this row, because I've got more peppers. I've got 72 peppers, and they need to be about 1.5 to 2 feet apart, because they make a pretty big bush, and their roots will be significant. So let's get that done. It's supposed to rain tonight, but I'm not sure that it's not going to rain anytime soon, so I'd like to get this all knocked out. So I'm going to use my pipe planter. So let's go ahead and plant some peppers. I'm going to try the pipe planter. This ground may be too wet to use it, so that's what we're going to find out. Okay, it started raining. I'm going to have to cover the camera, so I'll turn it off, and maybe I can get these planted while it's sprinkling. I don't know. I'll go ahead and do what I can. Okay, 48 peppers in. I've still got 24 sweet banana peppers. I'm kind of getting them in between the little rain showers. It'd come a shower of rain for 30 seconds, stop. Rain for 30, go 5 minutes, rain for 30 seconds, and stop. So it's been an on and off thing. Let's look at what I've got down through there. Now if you look down through there, what you can see, there's my row if I can see on this thing. I can't hardly see. Well, I can't see enough to show you. But if you look down there at the end of the row, just to the right of the peppers, there sits a rabbit. Now, I don't mind them as long as they leave my stuff alone. If they eat two peppers, that's not a big deal. If they want to be greedy like a groundhog, well, I'll eat them. Just the way it is. Now, you would have thought I would have got good and straight down through there. I had a good straight row to follow, but I kind of made it kind of curvy, but it'll be all right. I can still tend that with my tractor. It's not that out of frame. Now it's time to get these others in. Now, before, I had thought about planting right here in this row. I'm going to plant in that row, but I've only got 24 peppers. So what I've decided to do is go ahead and put in the broccoli too that I've got, and put it here, and that way it will be separate from my broccoli that's over in the other garden, and I'll see how it does after the groundhog chewed part of it off. So I'm going to get it planting those. Well, I thought I had 16 broccoli plants, but I've got 24 and 24 pepper plants, so there's 48 plants. So I'm going to go ahead and drop them in the ground. Now, this is what I meant. The groundhogs tipped them. Well, put it up here we can see it. The groundhogs tipped them all pretty bad. They were literally took all the leaves. Well, they started putting some leaves back on. So I decided to put them in the ground. So let's do that. Okay, that's half of them in the ground. I will go ahead and put the other half in and put the peppers in, and I'll come back to you. Okay, I've got in 24 broccoli plants and 24 banana peppers. Whew, it's starting to get hot out here. So it's time for old men to get hunting for some shade. Because broccoli is planted at 12 inches apart, I've got my peppers here, but I've got about 10 foot of row left. Maybe even 15 feet. Leave it in the comments what you think I ought to plant in that row. It ought to be something different than what I normally plant. So let me know what you think. Give me a suggestion. Now, if you like this stuff, this homestead and do-it-yourself kind of thing, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this homestead stuff every week, sometimes one, sometimes 5 videos. Now, right now I'm a little backed up on the editing, so that's the way it is. So come on out to the channel, subscribe. If you hit the little bell, it'll notify you when we upload a video. We upload on Sundays. Now, with that being said, it's time for me to get on to the next thing.